scientific in more than this, that we have to peg the number so that we can have better interaction. Thank you very much, Sister, for giving us this experience and for sharing part of your charisma with the entire world. With what I have just heard from just one of the speakers, I've looked at the litany of speakers that have spoken with you. I know that you have not come here to waste your time. You have been loaded, overloaded with ideas, inspirational ideas with which to move forward. And so I am glad that I am part of that experience. I don't want to take your time, but speaking to the theme of the summit, I want to say that transforming education for sustainable future requires few things. It requires planting the seed of hope that I've just said. The seed of hope for the future. It means planting the spirit of equality, because education takes away ignorance and it makes you realize your human dignity and respect the dignity of other persons, so that equity can be served in society. It also gives us a sense of responsibility. It's not just having all the ideas, it's a sense of responsibility, not just for yourself, but for also others. In fact, this day we add responsibility to creation. Not just to human beings, but also to the world in which we live. Transforming education for sustainable future requires nurturing all learners, including ourselves who are teachers. It requires nurturing them consciously, not just academically, but also morally, spiritually. That is what we call holistic formation. If I am fully educated intellectually, I know all the books, but I lack manners. I lack human formation. My education should be questionable. So to have a holistic education, it has to be all right. And I think that is also part of this we are living. But Francis added a new dimension, especially now that there are disasters, natural disasters all over the world. When we're talking about climate change, when we're talking about our abuse of nature that is not turning against us, where shall we build our schools? Where shall we have a safe garden like this? I am very sure each one of you who have not stepped into this compound before, as you came into this compound, how did you feel?
Nature serene.
How did you feel?
Lovely.
Sometimes when I'm stressed out there in the hands of the people running around, I come in here and just come and breathe. I just go in to slow down because sometimes it feels you are not even there. Let's have a solution. This compound is a proof that we can come to it. It's a statement on that to see that ecology, creation, is part of the gifts of man. Education in the classroom that does not bring us out of the field to respect even nature is incomplete education. And therefore, sustainable education for the future must include training in environmental stewardship. If I look at some generation, it must include environmental stewardship. When we were in school those days, we spent some hours in the class, we play on the field, and they take us to the bush to go and cut to the farm. No need it 15 minutes. You have to participate in all this. You have to plant flowers. You have to wet flowers. But most of these things are out of our schools. They are seeded out to other workers. We have long giving incomplete education to our children. And that is why Nigeria in particular is like this. I just told you I came back from Ghana. I was there. I did not see one drop of paper on the ground in the city of Ghana. This is not a joke. This is Africa. Rwanda, only 30 years ago, they were having crisis and crisis. You were warned from the you cannot use nylon bag or plastic bottle. If you dare use them, you have to keep them in your pockets. And I'm not joking. I didn't see it. I was taking peppermint and I like peppermint, so taking water every time. Each time I want to throw it away, I say, I'm with the guy that I'm putting my pocket. If it's Nigeria, I will throw it away. That's what we do. If you want to go to any nation in Africa that is ecologically friendly, you want to breathe good air. It's a small nation, but it's beautiful. Why? Because somebody insists that if you want to live here, wherever, and live healthy, we all have to take care of the environment. So I would say that sustainable for the future means cultivating a generation of people that value creation and is committed to environmental stewardship. This is very, very important. And if you don't teach our children to respect nature, to respect flowers, to plant flowers, to plant trees, to respect the grasses. I go to some schools and just cross the field and they make marks on it. And I see their traps, I see their ingredients and where there are proper rules for people. And so these are part of educational things that we have. I'm not here to give them, I just want to share some experience and allow you to go and have a beautiful lunch. And so I am only adding few voice, few ideas to the many brilliant ideas that you have all shared in this summit by your speakers and by your interactions and your reflections. Our task going forward is very simple. And I've looked at your program, you are going to consolidate group discussions, solutions of poverty, there is action plan, drafting and action plan adoption. Wow, this is wonderful. This is what I'm looking forward to. I couldn't be there during the conferences and during the summit, but I'm waiting for the fruits of this conference or this summit so that we can begin to apply it in our individual places, so that we can also learn from your experience. And so going forward, our task is simple. It is translating concepts, translating ideas, translating ideologies that we have all shared into actions. Doable actions. Applicable actions. And I know most speakers have once said the longest journey is from where? From our head to our heart, and our heart even to our hands. The longest journey to translate ideas into real actions. And that is going to be the task of each one of you as you depart from this topic. Finally, let me remind all of us that education is an act of partnership. Not only partnership with parents and stakeholders. Idea is also a partnership with God, the Creator, you, and me. Education is not just an act of partnership with the kids, the children, with the students, with their parents. It's also partnership with God. As we strive to build an education system that is sustainable, we must always be ready to participate with God, who is the Creator and the Redeemer of our world. I'm speaking as a Catholic theologian. Catholic education policy is very, very simple. Our effort as educators must be rooted in the divine word of God, empowering learners to become responsible not for themselves and for others, but also for God's creation. This is what makes us holistic. This is what makes us wonderful. Once again, I am happy to be with you. Welcome to analysis. And as we leave tomorrow, we will grant you safe journey to your various destinations. Thanks so much.
Okay, that's a speech from His Grace Archbishop Sanusi of Ijebode Archdiocese. Ijebode is here, not diocese. Ijebode Diocese, okay.
We want to appreciate him for coming to see us, even though we were very tired when he felt